Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about the MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell, and his unsuccessful efforts to get his cell phone back from seizure by the federal government. All right, so pursuant to a search warrant based on a showing of probable cause that there's evidence of a crime there, the feds seized Lindell's cell phone. Now, Lindell himself, huge conspiracy theorist, self-described political activist, totally out on the hustings as a kind of informal, you could say, but close advisor to Trump in the whole post-election period, definite agitator and propounder of the big lie. The feds take his phone, which may have all kinds of interesting communications, especially with White House personnel, possible the unindicted or just the co-conspirators. This is a side point, but I think it's noteworthy that the six people in the January 6th indictment by Jack Smith are described as co-conspirators, not as unindicted co-conspirators. Anyway, Lindell is not one of them, we don't think, but we know at least who five are, and the sixth does not seem to be him, but he may have had communications with them. Anyway, he says, I want my phone back, and he went to the district court, and basically the court said what you would say in that kind of instance. Look, they've got it now for evidence. They may charge you with a crime. If they don't charge you with a crime, you can probably get your phone back at the end. You can get your phone back. If they do, then it's evidence, and we have to figure it out. You are being premature in asking for it, and he had many kinds of claims, different provisions under the Constitution, the so-called equitable jurisdiction of the district court, and all of which failed. And from there, he went up to the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals, which yesterday issued its decision and affirmed. So Lindell does not get his phone back. It's a panel that includes some pretty well-known conservatives, and in particular, Steve Colleton, a former U.S. attorney and former Supreme Court clerk, a solid guy, very conservative, but law-abiding, as it were. And they basically affirmed across the board. Colleton had a partial dissent, but really about directed against the other two on the panel for taking up an issue that he thought they shouldn't have. But the basic notion is Lindell, like any other criminal defendant or criminal suspect, I should say, has to await the government's use of the evidence for which they've shown to a neutral magistrate. There's probable cause to believe might be evidence of a crime, and he's got to sweat it. It's a rough situation, and there's probably a lot of information on there he's worried about, but that's what happens when there's probable cause to believe there's a crime. So it's now with the government. They'll decide whether to charge him, and at that point, maybe he'll get his phone back, but not for now. So he's got the kind of sword of Damocles over his head now, and the government has the evidence, and they can decide whether any of his activities rise to the level of indicting him for crimes having to do with his whole, general endorsement and cheerleading role for the big lie. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.